All right, hello everybody, and welcome to week 14 of the 712Breaks Cup Series here in CTC. Tonight we are at Kansas Speedway for the fourth round of the chase. Points up on the right side of the screen. Heading into tonight, Hayden Lowell with the points lead, Bradley Wilson in second, Blake shortly behind Bradley in third, but Blake Giglio absent tonight, so he might be missing. I mean, he's got 5 minutes to join during qualifying, but it looks right now that Blake Giglio will miss this race, and that will set him back severely in championship points. So that's going to open the door for guys like Garrett Wolfenbarger, Nick Cooper, Garrett Warren. They're not too far behind Blake and Hayden and Bradley and everybody, so keep an eye on that all night. Points will update live as the race goes on. Qualifying getting underway right now. Let's see who we got out there on track. Quinn Newton going to be one of the first out of pit road. Right, we're at Kansas Speedway at Kansas City, Missouri. 1.5 miles in length. Your classic cookie cutter. There you see Quinn Newton. He's going to have to slam on the brakes, restart his lap. Got the wall coming out. Dave Hoytsman, the 97. Going to start lap 1. 38 cars out here tonight for Kansas. So, big jump over Iowa last week. I don't think a lot of people liked Iowa for whatever reason. I can't lie, Iowa's not one of my favorite tracks, so I can't blame them. But, you know, Kansas, pretty fun racetrack. Put on the closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history in real life last year, so definitely a good car, or good track, especially in this car. Nolan Walker goes to the top of the board as our times start rolling in. Ryan File quickly now to the top of the board. Patrick O'Keefe, 30.81. That should hold up pretty well. But lap 2, that's going to be your fastest lap. So that's where you're going to see a lot of these fast times come in. Is going to be lap 2 once the tires are heated up. The 97 on the bottom right there. And that's going to be something we'll look at tonight. Qualifying, you might want to be on the top in 1 and 2, but I've seen some drivers try out the bottom to be fast. But in race, that's going to be the big question of where you position your car to start a run and end it. How you manage those heat in the tires and the tire wear on a long run, if we get it. 4 extra sets of tires tonight in the pits, so 5 total, including the one you start on. That'll be something to watch all night, as well as Bradley Wilson goes to the top of the board. That 51 Chevy. Still so weird seeing him in a Chevy. The entire time I've known him, he's raced Fords. Take a look at our weather tonight. 80 degrees ambient temperature, 82 degree track temp, so a little warm for a night race, but still a pretty cool track temperature. Gonna have a lot of grip out there. 16 mile an hour wind, and that is definitely going to play a factor in this race. Not sure, with it being southeast, I think that means it's gonna have a lot less grip in 3 and 4. Yeah, the wind will be pushing against you in 3 and 4, so you're going to see a lot of cars get tight off turn 4 with the wind. Michael Christopher sets a 30.85 on the pole right now, still 30.500 for Bradley Wilson. Brian Martin, pole sitter at Kansas 2 seasons ago. Last time we were at Kansas, let's see if he can put it on the pole once again. Lap 1 does not count. I think he got the wall, but lap 2 is your big one, so it doesn't matter. Brantley Bryant goes to second on the board. Hayden Lowell to third. And your points leader, Hayden Lowell, qualifying P3 right now. Jeff Price up to fourth. Qualifying effort from the 14 team. And Brian Martin, 30.955, so not a great lap there for the 54. I have to imagine he had a little bit of a bobble coming to his hot lap that ruined his speed. That's why we see him qualify a little bit farther back there. We know he has speed here. Qualified on the pole, like I said, 2 seasons ago, so I'm sure we'll see him migrate to the front as the race goes on tonight. Nick Cooper in the 35 in the points hunt as well. He's 5th in points coming into this race. And he's well within striking distance of that 56. If the 56 has even a mediocre night, as I think Nick usually likes to start in the back. Feels safer back there, so I think that's going to be the plan tonight for him. Just getting a little bit of a practice lap in right there. Jake Vainoski, the 48. He will be starting where this lap puts him. Oh, he's going to run out of time. Oh, man. Almost got his lap time in, but not going to have enough. All right, as we fast forward in time to May 7th. We'll get our grid set up here. Take a quick break, make sure we get our penalties set up. No, we have not lost the feed. I have just removed the screen for a moment. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about the delay. This race will start at sunset and go into nighttime. We'll pull up our grid for tonight's race. Starting on the pole, Bradley Wilson in the 51. So really good qualifying effort there for that 51 team. Starting on his outside, Brantley Bryant in the 2 car. Hayden Lowell starting in 3rd in the 56. Jeff Price going to be starting in 4th in the 14. Garrett Wolfenberger going to be starting in 5th in the 32. Sorry. Brad Patton starting 6th. Number 7. Logan Wilson starting 7th in the 76. Ronnie Holmes starting 8th in the 57. Casey Graves starting 9th in the 01. Zachary Lance starting 10th in the 52. Patrick O'Keefe starting 11th in the 92. Cliff Mullen starting 12th in the 37. Davis Greenwell starting 13th in the Ride the Dente 20. Christian Delgado starting 14th. Kenny Frisbee starting 15th. Dave Hoytsman starting 16th in the CTCRN 97. Daniel Llewellyn starting in 17th. Wyatt McComb starting in 18th. Jeremy Scherer starting in 19th. Ryan File in 20th. Michael Christopher starting 21st. Eric Riddell starting 22nd. Kyle Owen starting 23rd. Quinn Newton starting 24th. Nolan Walker starting 25th. Mateo Ortiz starting 26th. Garrett Warren starting 27th. Brian Martin starting 28th. Brian Jackson starting 29th. Jesse Jones starting 30th. Oh, that car is... We're not gonna comment on it. I think he picked the wrong car. Jake Finowski starting 31st, but he will be starting from the pits. Jonathan Delaney starting 32nd. Ralph Hutchison starting with an EOL from the tail end. Nick Cooper starting 34th. Jacob Simpson starting 35th. Nick Leo starting 36th. He will be serving a drive-through for at-fault points. Jamal Collins starting 37th. And DG Swiss running out our 38-car field. Looks like he's starting for the pits as well. As they round the backstretch, we'll go green this time. I would pull in our pole sitter, but I don't think we'd get it in quick enough, so don't want to disturb going green here. Just a moment. Here we go. Pace car is off. Green flag in the hands of Barney the Flagman. Green flag in the air here at Kansas Speedway. Bradley Wilson leads lap number 1, going to get the 5 bonus points. Hayden Lowell right on his back bumper in second. Drivers down the backstretch, hitting almost 190 miles per hour. All the top 5 going to the bottom, 3 and 4. A little bit of tire saving going on. Let's check it out as we are in sunset. Track temp has gone up a little bit since the end of practice and qualifying. 84 degrees now in the track temp. Not too much higher. It shouldn't affect them too much, but that wind has picked up even more. 17 miles per hour now. Owen Walker on pit road. Hayden Lowell to the lead. So those two up front have gotten a lap lead now. 5 bonus points each. Now the battle to get the most laps led as Bradley catches the apron and gets out of shape. Bring up our live points as the drivers sit at the moment. Hayden Lowell still has the points lead, obviously. Came into this race with 40-something point lead. Oh, man, contact right there. Logan Wilson pushes tight in 3 and 4. That's what we were talking about. That wind really going to affect these drivers. And they are about 5 wide right here. There's a wreck. The 10 off the nose of the 13, up into the 04. And the 10 is around in turn 1. That'll put us under caution on lap 5. Those guys were driving like madmen there after the car got in the wall and ran out of room. Right here, you can see they're already 4 and 5 wide, but let's back it up a little bit, see how that started. You'll see the 76 Logan Wilson. Oh, he gets doored by the 2 who catches the apron. So the 2 catches the apron up into the 76, then up into the 18 who gets in the wall. And as they're stacking up back here, they're 4 and 5 wide, get into the corner, and they just run out of room. 4 wide right there. The 10 getting the worst end of this. There's contact up ahead. And he backs out of it right here, and everybody else just gets crazy behind him. One more look at it from the not the 14, the 13 is what we want. I'm over the 13. Goes up above the 10. And he also had a car behind him. Looks like the 04 stuck his nose above the 13. And just, again, like I said, ran out of room for those guys. And that puts us under caution. Fairly early in this race. Last time the Cup Series was here at Kansas, back in Season 7, we had 10 total cautions in that race. I think it was 120 laps, so it cautions roughly every 10 laps of green flag racing, so it wasn't great. And so far, if it continues, we're going to be on pace for that or more. Hopefully we don't have that, though. Some nice long runs would definitely be good for the conscience. And good for the entertainment here on the broadcast. The crashes just don't hit the same on the sim, you know? Oh, Nick Leo report in chat. He lost power, and that is where he went. I noticed he 5 laps ago just disappeared out of the field. I wasn't sure what happened there, if it was an Alt F4 or not. But yeah, the 69 out early in this one due to a power outage, so nothing you can do about that. It's almost like blowing an engine. But you know, the good news, Nick, you did serve the drive-thru, so you don't have to deal with that anymore, at least. Championship race, you can start with just an EOL. Much better than a drive-thru. Field goes back to double file. 56 chooses the inside lane. So 36 cars remain in the field. Nobody's DNFing from that wreck. The 10 did get pretty significant damage, but doesn't look like it hurt him too bad. He's still in the lead lap. So if he gets a few more cautions, he should be able to fix that car up. Doesn't look too bad other than the right front. If it's wheel damage, could still be quite a bit of optional repairs. Alright, coming back to the green. 56 in control. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for the 56 and 32. Down into turn 1. Everybody down toward the bottom. A few dipping up toward the top for the most part. Everybody wants that bottom lane, especially on the restarts. Side by side for the 3rd spot, Bradley Wilson. Top 2 really pulling away here. Bradley Wilson now clear in the 3rd. Kenny Frisbee 4th. Kenny, pole sitter at Las Vegas. Kansas pretty similar to Las Vegas, so not surprised to see him up front running well. He was pretty fast in that Las Vegas race as well, though it was much hotter in Las Vegas than it is here at Kansas tonight. Brantley Bryant holding on to that top 5. Casey Graves, Patrick O'Keefe side by side for the 6th spot. Quinn Newton, series sponsor, up there in 12th, fighting, get inside that top 10. Like that 88's got some speed in it right now. Don't look now. Jonathan Delaney in the 11 car. Oh, the 99! Jacob Simpson! Contact. Oh, and he catches the 23. The 31 and the 99. Huge wreck on the backstretch. Oh, no. What just happened? Alright, back it up. 55, 99, 31, 3 wide off turn 2. Oh, the 31 and 99 just kind of come together. And 99, 31 both could not get it slowed down. That was not too bad until the cars could not get stopped. And then it got really bad. Alright. Let's go on board right here. Did Nick Cooper get caught in this? Nick Cooper, he backed way off. He almost saw the wreck before it happened, and he's just riding on the apron here. Well. Alright, field back to double file. A lot of cars getting damaged in that one. One with probably the worst is the 23 Daniel Llewellyn. Alrighty. So, be coming back to the green right here after our second caution of the night. 32 Wolfenbarger going to have the lead as looks like some of the field came down to top off on gas. Now the 56. Car looks okay, but he did some damage repair, so I'm not sure. To the restart zone they go. Wolfenbarger Frisbee on the front row. Wolfenbarger gets us restarted. Top three immediately go to the bottom. That's all Shenandoah Shine cars. Those three teammates look like they're strong already. The entire top three. Kenny Frisbee, not a great restart. He's going to fall back to the 5th spot right now. But he's just kind of riding in line. Take the tire a little bit. Oh, that was close. So last pit lap, you can see everybody in the top 15 has not come down yet. Then first car that pit, DG Swiss in 20th. Looks like he topped off on fuel. I don't think anybody's taken tires yet. But definitely some damage repair and maybe some top-offs on fuel as we're starting to get inside that window of talking about cutting a stop out. Or maybe just going longer than everybody else. I think track position is going to be super important, especially now that we've had some cautions. Bradley Bryant sets the fastest lap of the race, and it looks like he's not done. He goes to the middle of the racetrack trying to get a run on the leader of the 32. And he does. Brantley Bryant, good run off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, he's going to clear into the lead. Brantley Bryant, your winner last season at Michigan. And, some consider him the winner of Bristol last season as well, but depends on who you ask there. Bradley Wilson now slides to the lead. Those three teammates swapping spots, might be playing some lap-led games, or they're just fighting with each other. It looks like they're fighting pretty hard at this point, so there's your laps led. Bradley Wilson now gets the second lap led of the race. Partner with 6. Oh my goodness! Hard wreck on the back straightaway. That's the 94 of Toll Owen involved, and he's gonna smack it in the inside wall for good measure. '94 just catches the apron, gets loose. I think he's the only one involved. Oh my word. That was a hard wreck. On board. Oh. Well, I wanted to go on board with him. On board with the 94. Cuts down. Catches the apron and just looks straight up to the wall. Blows the motor instantly. And that's a DNF right there. There's no fixing that car. He will come back next week. Unfortunate there. That's a pretty quick wreck. Like, there's not much more to say about it. He just caught the apron. Car got loose on him. He overcorrected a little bit. That was it. That's all she wrote. See if there's anybody pitting right here. Not the top 5. Like our first taker. The 18 of Kenny Frisbee. As he's got some left front damage, so that's why he's coming down. Ay. And I feel like it's worth mentioning at least once. Coke Series driver, former Coke Series driver, Jonathan Delaney. We like to mention Blake Giglio being a former dirt driver, so I feel like it's fair we mentioned Jonathan as well. He's a rookie start tonight in the 11. He's up to 12th already. Started back in 32nd, so on the march to the front, only in 21 laps, so there has been a lot of wrecking up front. Still a good run for him so far. Top 16 still have yet to come down pit road. Everybody else has come down for fuel at some point or damage repair. 21 laps into this race, 3 cautions so far. Alright, back to 1 to green. Brantley Bryant chooses the inside as the stun really setting here at Kansas now. Bring up our weather more time here. Track temp still around 84. Track's just naturally going to heat up as cars go around it, especially with 35 still on track. So track's definitely still a little hotter. Wind is still whipping. Not much has changed since the start of the race. Race stats so far, 3 cautions, 5 lead changes, 14 of our 21 total completed laps have been under green, and 4 different leaders. Brantley Bryant made his first start a few weeks ago this season. Full-time driver last season, took it back to part-time this season, but he's got himself a good run going right now. Long way to go in this race, over 100 laps. Right now, it looks like that 2 cars got some speed in it as we are back to green flag racing. Good restart for the inside lane. Top 2 going to clear to the top. Now Bradley Wilson and Casey Graves side by side for the 3rd spot. Take a look at our point standings. With Hayden kind of deep in the field after coming down the pit road, he's back in 2nd in the points, although not by much. So that just shows Hayden can kind of have a mediocre finish and still be well within points reach next week at Homestead. Quinn Newton going to shoot to the inside, down on the apron, make it 3 wide. These guys are driving really hard for how many laps we have left in this race. Brantley Bryant, good lead over Garrett Wolfenbarger. Casey Graves has cleared to 3rd. Brad Patton up to 4th. Brad Patton, our winner at Chicagoland earlier this season. So we know he's also good on these cookie cutters. Like Christopher up to that 6th spot. He needs a good points finish tonight. Get himself in contention for those top 3 in championship points. Top 3 payout and prize money. So that's... These drivers, you know, they all want the championship, but a top 3 in points still pays you out. It's still going to be a good finish. Wide off the corner. Wolfenbarger going to clear back to 4th. Wilson back up to 3rd. Casey Graves, he's on the march up to the lead. He's up to 2nd now. He needs a good finish tonight. And he needs Wilson, Lowell, and Wolfenbarger to have a bad night. But all of them having decent nights right now. like Zachary Lance got loose right there off of 2. Went down to the apron. He's just riding the apron right now, letting everybody go. He's going to rejoin the racetrack safely. Did a good job there, making sure he didn't catch anybody else up. Casey Graves still trying to hunt down the leader. We're right on board with him here. He's even with the 2 off of 4. Gonna drive down to the bottom of the racetrack as the 2 gets the wall, trying to get away from the side draft. And that's gonna give Casey Graves the lead. Not sure if he led that lap, but it was dang close. He'll definitely lead this time around unless something catastrophic happens. And at the line, Casey Graves is going to lead lap 29. And him 5 points closer. Driver's hitting just about 190 miles an hour into turn 1. And need I remind you, most of this top 15 all have not come down pit road yet. So in terms of fuel, we're looking at them pitting in around 20 laps. So we'll call it around lap 50, 55, depending on how much they save fuel under yellow. Casey Graves now under fire from the 2 of Brantley Bryant again. He's going to give him the top there. I think he's just going to let him go and save his tire again. So at this point in the run, with 20 laps of fuel left, I think this is go time. Brad Patton, he's ripping the fence right there. He is right behind that 2 car. A lot of traffic right here from 6th on back. 57 and 22 battled for that 6th spot. Brantley Bryant clear back to the lead. Casey Graves, Brad Patton side by side for the 2nd spot. Now Casey gonna relinquish 2nd. He's back to 3rd. I don't think he's falling off by any means. I think the top lane is just really coming in right now, and he has no way to get up there. Now he's going to clear into that 3rd spot. He should be able to rip the top like these guys are. Headley Wilson going to take it to the bottom of the racetrack. Casey to the middle. Now they're going to be 3 wide for the moment. Back to single file off turn 2. At Mountain Dew 11. Kind of ripping the middle right now, keeping his nose in clean air. Oh, the 20, Davis Greenwell smacks the outside wall off turn 4. That southeast wind is not doing these guys any favors in 3 and 4. Quinn Newton, 3 wide, inside of the 70 and 57. 57 tags the outside wall. That's going to slow him down. Just enough to lose the spot. For the lead, Brad Patton to the lead. Casey Graves on the inside. They're fighting hard for the lead. Casey not going to side draft too much. He's going to fall in line. No, he's going to go back to the bottom in 3 and 4. To the middle, I'm sorry. Trying to get around that 7. And he gets really tight right there. Had to back off the gas. Now the 32 is going to get down to the inside of that 01. And they are pack racing up front right now, basically. Some cars that sat back and saved tire are now working their way to the front. Brantley Bryant in the wall. Another 3 wide off 2. The 22 doesn't know it. He turns the 51. They're spinning to the inside. The 18, 56, 92 also caught up in something ahead. And that's caution number 4. A lot of chase drivers involved in this one. And they kind of did it to each other. Taking back and take a look at this. So the 2 gets in the wall. 51 goes to the inside. 22 just kind of slides up the hill. Collects the 51. The 92 cannot save it. And the 18 and 56 go around behind that. So, come on board with the 56 here. Do the best you can, guys. If you can't get lined up, I'll clear blacks. Oh, sorry, that came out over the air. Driver's not getting lined up under caution. No biggie. All right. So, I didn't quite see that because I was looking. 18 came down to try to avoid the wreck and got into the 56. But everybody's coming up pit road live right now, so let's go back to live and take a look at pit stops. 56, I think, got pretty significant damage in that one. It looks like the right front got ripped off. I'm sure we're going to see him fix some damage on pit road. Same with the 51, he got involved. No, he's ripping right off pit road, so the 51 seems to be okay. Let's zoom in close on that 56, see what kind of damage he's got. The body looks okay, but in this car, that doesn't tell the entire story. The Brad Patton going to win the race off pit road, followed by Casey Graves and Garrett Wolfenbarger. Alright, let's get a word with our leader. See what he's thinking. Hey, Brad, it's Lucas. Got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, up front right now, you know, it seemed to be pretty good at these cookie-cutter tracks. Won at Chicagoland earlier in the season. How are we feeling?
Oh, pretty good. The racing's been fun so far. Had to use the bumper a couple times there to have some fun, but other than that, beating and banging, just making our way up here, and let's see if we can hold it.
Gotcha, man. You think it's going to continue with this pack racing to the end of the race?
Oh, yeah. Of course it's going to.
All right, man. Good luck. Hopefully talking to you at the end.
Thanks. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be up in the stands watching the rest of it, but we'll see how it goes.
Gotcha. Oh, man. Well, Brad seems to think he's not going to finish the race in the car. But I don't know. We'll see. Best place you want to be at a track like this is up front, out of the mess in the mid. The worst place to be is probably 10th to 20th because everybody thinks they need to be up front, and everybody's trying to do it right at that moment, and you end up with everybody just dogfighting with each other. Pace car is off, coming back to the green. Green flag back in the air. Sorry about that. Brad Patton, good restart. Casey Graves is still to the outside, though. Like Dave Hoytsma, I got a penalty there. Same with Jake Vainoski. Those two both with black flags from pit road. Vainoski, that car is killed. Casey Graves to the lead, though. Wolfenbarger second. Patton trying to fight for that second spot still. He will. He'll clear back to it using the top lane. So, at this very moment, the way we went green, we were right outside of making it on one stop of gas. So if this goes green all the way to the end, which the trends already this race and the last time we came to this racetrack tell you we're not. But if we somehow go green at the end, that tells you you're going to want to save tire and fuel. Because I was told about 45 laps on a tank of gas, which sounds about right to me. I think you can get upwards of 47, 48 if you save a little bit around the bottom, 5th gear. And we went green with around 90 laps to go. So that means, right on that number, I mean, everybody should be able to make it, depending on if they run the top the entire run or not. But the thing that definitely means is tire wear would play a factor if we go all 45 laps on each run. And for everybody's sake, I hope we do, because that'll put on some good racing at the end of the run. Casey Graves, he's right above that second lane, that first seam right down at the bottom, so looks like he's found something there, and he's pulling away from the second and third cars. They're side by side now. Brantley Bryant going to clear to second, Wolfenbarger third, Grindell fourth, and Brad Patton fifth. Alright, starting this hopefully long run. See if we can take it to a crank it up. Enjoy. Alright everybody, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the Crank It Up. 27 cars on the lead lap. We've had quite a few DNFs at this point, I would say. 31 through 38th. All multiple laps down. 33rd, Daniel Wellen. He's actually come out 27 laps down, so he's going to try to salvage some points. Respectable effort there. But our first car, I mean, within striking distance, Brian Martin at 28th, he's 1 lap down. Jake Vinoski, he's 29th, 4 laps down. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 DNFs, it looks like. field is starting to spread out. I don't know if that's just tire saving, fuel saving, or what. But the top two have broken away. Wolfenbarger about 1.1 seconds back from the second place car. He's there in third spot. Quinn Newton up to fourth. Their series sponsor, 712Breaks 88. And they're in that fourth spot. Like I said it earlier in the show, he's got some speed tonight. Up inside the top 5 now. Bring up our points now. See how it shakes out. Coming up on halfway in this race. Michael Christopher, unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be a DNF in this race after that wreck 14 laps ago. He's down there in 12th in points. Very unfortunate. He had a strong night going. Kansas Speedway bit him. See, Garrett Wolfenbarger is tied with Bradley Wilson for the points right now, as Wolfenbarger's third, Bradley Wilson ninth. I don't expect that to sit the same way at the end of the race, but the situation we're in right now, those guys saving a little bit of tire, a little bit deeper in the field. Hayden Lowell, after the damage he got in that last wreck, he finds himself in third. Again, you know, running 25th in the race right now. He hasn't lost too many points to those guys. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle next week at Homestead. But if things finish the way they are right now, by no means is he out of the championship. He would definitely be able to make up, what is that, 12 points in a week? That could be 3 positions in the top 5. Wolfenbarger, after having a horrible start to the chase, having hardware problems at Darlington, receiving black flags from those hardware problems at Darlington, and having to serve them at Watkins Glen, has still somehow managed to claw back into the points lead for the moment. That speaks to the speed in that 32 car. Champion last season, by far, has been the most consistent driver all season long. This season, within the regular season, his worst finish, all regular season, 10 races, was an 8th place finish. Unbelievable. Don't look now. I spoke about him earlier. That number 11, Jonathan Delaney, now making the pass for 4th, or at least attempting to. He's now gotten himself inside the top 5. They're side by side for the lead. Casey Graves trying to make a move on Brantley Bryant for the lead. Not going to clear yet off turn 2, and he gets loose. Has to gather it up. Going to get right behind that 2 again. Pull the tires down, go back again here in a little bit. Cool, especially that right rear down. It looks like he's struggling with that. And that could be something to do with running that middle lane. That's something you don't usually see here at Kansas and iRacing. Top and bottom seem to be preferred lanes if you have the choice. But Casey seems to like that middle in 3 and 4. Might loosen the car up a little bit. That could be the reason he's running it. On board with the 2. Looking at the 01 of Casey Graves. 2 had to get out of the gas right there. It's going to allow the 01 to close up here in the front straightaway. 6 laps to go until halfway in the race. It was fun until it wasn't, Kenny. Yeah. Yeah, it looked like you were doing pretty good, and then things took a turn for the worse for you, man. I'm sorry. Sorry about your luck. Just getting caught up on chat. Sorry, guys. How's Cliff, Jeff, and Harry doing? Well, I can give you an update on Harry for sure. He's up at 6 right now. Got a good run going. Cliff, also knocking on the door of the top 10. And Jeff, they're 16th. So those C2X cars seem to be pretty strong right now. Casey's still trying to work on the 2 of Brantley Bryant for the lead. They're even now at the line. Casey gonna Run down to that white line. Brantley came down to try to side draft him. They're going to be dead even coming into turn 1 because Casey throw the slider. He does not. He's going to wrap the inside. Brantley gassed it up to stay ahead, or at least to his quarter panel. Casey again got loose in turn 2. That's what's going to happen with that wind. I talked about it affecting these guys in 3 and 4. It's going to make them push tight off turn 4, coming from the southeast, but the reverse effect of that is the opposite side of the racetrack. It's going to try to turn the car more in turn 2, and it's going to make you loose. Now, it's going to make Kansas drive a little bit different than these guys are used to. And that wasn't exactly forecasted for super high wind tonight. I think the forecast said 11 to 12 miles per hour, and I think the highest we've seen is up to 18. Take a look at it again, see what we're up to now. 15, so it's come down a little bit since earlier in the race, and it's coming from the south now, so that's really going to affect both corners. Jonathan Delaney looks like he's got around Wolfenbarger for the 4th spot, so Pat was able to stay ahead of the 11. The 32 was not. Yeah, everybody has migrated to the top. We are 25 laps since they have come down pit road. About 23 laps into the green flag run. Every car on the wall. Not sure who that was. Coming across the line. We'll be halfway next time by. And this race should be a one-stop. So they definitely have to come down pit road. And there's not going to be much wiggle room with that pit stop. I expect them to come down in roughly 21 to 22 laps. And there's not going to be much plus or minus on that, because they are very tight on fuel. Now Brad Patton's joined the party for the lead. He's going to go with the 2 up to the top lane. One back to the bottom. And there is halfway in the race. 65 laps to go. Two-car got tight. That's going to allow the 7 to cross over to the bottom. And he will definitely clear the lead. That allowed the 11 car to get a run to the inside as well. 3 wide for second. Casey Graves to the middle. Brantley Bryant to the top. Jonathan Delaney almost clears the second. Not quite going to do it. Brad Patton going to go back to cruise control now, see if he can pull away from these guys as Delaney does clear to second. They're side by side for the 3rd spot. Patton is all the way up on the fence. You don't normally see guys do that, especially at this track, but I think this car is so loose in 1 and 2, you kind of have to ride up a little bit, make the car a little tighter. There you see him wrap the seam there in 3 and 4. He does get a little higher than normal. Cut down on exit. Guys are running so close to that wall on the exit of turn 4, getting everything they got out of it. Right on board with them, just see how close he's getting to this wall in 1 and 2. The 11 car back there got pretty close to it. 7, not so much that time. Take a look at our points. Bradley Wilson, he's gotten up to 8th. Wolfenbarger's fallen back to 5th. That allows Wilson to take the points lead back. He had it at one point during this chase, lost it to Hayden Lowell at Iowa, and now he's got it back. And he's got a 10-point lead on Wolfenbarger at the moment. Hayden Lowell, 11 seconds back from the leader. That damage is definitely hurting him pretty bad. He's hoping we get a caution soon. He has a chance to get back in this race for the win. He felt good going into tonight, just got some bad luck. Got involved in something that he didn't have any part of. Brindell working on Wolfenbarger for the 5th spot right now. going to do it right there. Cliff Mullins, he's up into 7th. Cliff absolutely flying right now in that 37. He's got speed in it too. He's still running pretty good lap times. The 99, Jacob Simpson, that car was really hurt after his incident earlier with the 31, and that car looks squeaky clean. He's got that 99 up inside the top 10, so good performance here for the rookie. See if he can improve on that. And caution is out. 76 and Logan Wilson is around on the front straightaway. And all of our strategy goes out the window, as we are not going to be good on fuel from here. So it's still going to be a one-stop race from here to the end of the race. Alright, take a look at what happened. Alright, 76-99. 76 gets loose. Still loose. 99, I think, just didn't realize he was loose. 76 didn't fully go around. He was just kind of catching it the whole corner. And 99 did not react in time to it. Let's back it up again. Right on board with the 99 here. See 76 wrapping that seam on the top. Gets the car loose. Yeah, 99 just gets into him. 76 just slams on the brakes, making sure that car didn't go up into the outside wall. Alright, so that's going to put us under, I think, our 5th caution of the night. Yes, caution number 5. And everybody's going to be coming out for tires here. No question. 4 tires and fuel for everybody. They went 35 laps on these set of tires, at least. Some drivers went farther. Brad Patton can lead them down. Okay, Kenny, I did not see that Nick Cooper got involved in this one. I'm going to look at that as soon as pit stops are over. That's heartbreaking. Jonathan Delaney wins the race off pit road, followed by Brad Patton. Then Casey Graves, Garrett Wolfmarger, Brantley Bryant, your top 5 off pit road. Alright, back it up. Right on board with Nick Cooper. Oh, just had nowhere to go. One more time on the roof camera. See, they just get sideways ahead. And 35 is not expecting the 76 to just crank the brakes. I think he expected to have a little bit more time to figure out where to go on that one. And he calls it a night. Alright, back to 1 to green. The 11 going to be control the restart. And Nick Cooper, after that, is getting caught in that. He's going to fall to 6th in points at least. There are a lot of cars out here still driving, so he's going to lose some spots there as well. He's 27th right now. after that wreck. There's been a lot of cars behind him wrecked out, so see what happens there. Hayden Lowell was able to get some damage fixed there as well, so that's chase implications. And the 11 gets back on the gas. We're green once again here at Kansas. $54 laps to go, and I think unless a lot of drivers super save, which could, I mean, I've seen it done. I'm not ruling it out, but you'd have to super save from the drop of the green flag here to make it to the end of the race, I think. I don't see these guys doing that. I think the popular strategy is going to be to take tires a little later. I don't know. We might see some guys take 2 tires. I don't think that will work out, but it is possible. Wrapping that bottom lane. Casey Graves up to the top. Brad Patton back there, the third. Frank Wieniawski has gotten a penalty once again. No, he's down on pit road serving that. He's 5 laps down, but he's made up a lot of spots. He's up to 27th. So it's impressive work for running a lot of this race with damage. Brad Patton, Bradley Wilson, Garrett Wolfenbarger, all fighting hard for this 3rd spot. Casey Graves got to the back bumper of the 11, and he's going to the outside. 11 goes down to the apron, going to cut the shorter distance, and barely not cleared. He's going to have to hold the bottom. That 01 going to power around on the outside of 1 and 2 and take the lead. This is going to be a split strategy, I think, depending on what people do on tires and fuel. I think most drivers accepting the fact they can't make it on fuel. So I think we're going to see a lot of guys drive it really hard for about 20, 30 laps here and then come down pit road. Casey Graves starting to drive away a little bit. Brad Patton, Bradley Wilson closed up to the 11. I'm with Bradley Wilson in the 4th spot, right behind this top 3. It's up to the fence now. Top 3 all ran the bottom in 1 and 2 right there. Looks like the 99 got the wall off turn 2 right there. 826 for close. DG Smith's inside the top 10. The 26 team having a good run right now. Hayden Lowell fixed some damage under this caution, but it still does not look like that car's up to 100%. He's fine. He's got up to 22nd. So Hayden, he's been backed against the wall in the chase before. Last season at Charlotte, attempting to make the championship 4, he made it by, I think, 5 points. Just hanging on to points back in the 20s. So he's done it before. He's still doing it. I mean, right now, Bradley Wilson, he's having a really good run, and that's going to help him out a ton. But Aiden, 29 points back from Bradley Wilson, even being in 22nd. And that would be a bit of a hill to overcome next week at Homestead. It's definitely not possible. It's a matter of 10 positions, I think, difference. And it could be much less depending on if they're in the top 5 or not. But as it sits right now, Bradley Wilson with a healthy points lead. If the race were to end in this order, which I don't think it will. Ryan File with a black flag. He's on pit road. Not sure what happened with the 50. 11 and 7. Kind of close here for second. 7's going to use the momentum off of turn 2. Not going to go to the bottom. We'll stay behind the 11. Bradley Wilson about a half a second off of those two. Cliff Mullins up inside the top 5. Cliff is bad fast tonight. He gets around teammate Harry Grindell. He's all over the back bumper of Bradley Wilson, your points leader. Has Cliff figured out the next gen? Brantley Bryant, he's back here in 11th. So I'm not sure if he's just in track position hell, or he's saving fuel, saving tire. Can't imagine he fell off. I don't think he has damage, so there's got to be an explanation for this, and I'm sure we'll find out later on in the race. Leaders. It's like battle for second now. Brad Patton looks at the inside of the 11. And not going to have enough momentum this time. 11 with a good run through 3 and 4, and he'll hold on to the lead. Not the lead. Second. Casey's so far out front, you know, I forget he's the leader. Just kidding. Those top 3 separated by about 2/10 apiece. Bradley Wilson now about a second off of third. He's running the top, so I don't think he's saving fuel or tire. He just kind of lost that draft. Oh, gaggle of cars right here. 7th back. For the lead, Jonathan Delaney, Casey Graves, Brad Patton. Not in that order. That's your top 3 right now. And they're all battling for the lead. Casey Graves trying to use the high line to hold on to the lead. 49 laps to go right now. Sorry, not 40. 39 laps to go right now. Math is hard. 11 going to hold on to second. That 7's not giving it up. He is all over the back bumper. On to turn 1, the 11 going to go to the bottom. Not quite clear the 01. Going to side draft the 01 back if he can. The 70, Harry Grindell gets loose in the background. We're going to stay up front, battle for the lead. The 01 caught the wall. That's going to hurt him bad here. If the 11 can clear off the corner. Oh, barely not clear. Made a little contact with the 01. Now the 7's going to get to the inside. And the 11 going to power around the outside. Lap traffic going to play a factor. The 7 going to clear into second. Going to Casey Graves. He ran the top for pretty much that entire run, so I'm not surprised. He's kind of fading a little bit. I mean, he's still right up here with these guys, but he's going to fade off a little bit here. Lost the lead, got a little tight in 3 and 4, and that's how he lost the lead. That was about it. I think he had some time left. He could have held them off for a little bit. Just that one little mistake. Had to get off the gas, and that was enough. Bradley Wilson, about 1.2 seconds off of third. Garrett Wolfenbarger back up to 5th. Mullins back to 6th, and now Harry Grindell looks to the inside of that 37. Cliff might have overheated the tires as well a little bit. Oh my goodness. 76. I thought he was pitting for a moment, and I got really scared for everybody. But he was just riding the bottom. Got a lot of steering damage. And that's making it tough for him to hold the line here as all the lead lap cars go by. Looks like he's doing a good job, though. Back up to the lead. Nothing's changed since the last time we looked. 11, 7, and 0-1, your top three. Bradley Wilson still in that 4th spot. Wolfbarger 5th. Brooke Mullins still holding on to the 6th spot. And now is the time where we start questioning what the strategy is going to be for this field. We're 22 laps into this green flag run. And we know, I'm pretty sure most cars cannot make it on gas unless anybody started saving from the drop of the green flag. I don't think those you can make it unless you started saving immediately and you've been saving the whole run. And if you didn't save, that means you're going to be pitting relatively soon, probably in about 10 laps is you're gonna be your window. Inside of now to 10 laps from now is when you're gonna want to pit. And the question is, do you take 2 or 4 tires? I have no idea what you want to do. That's gonna be the gamble. 2 tires is gonna take less time, but you're gonna be a lot slower for the last 20 laps, 25 laps. Just depends on if you think you're gonna lose enough time for taking 2 to matter. And I can tell this top 3, they've been driving hard. They've been driving on the top this entire run. So they're going with the one-stop strategy. They're not even trying to make it to the end. They're just going to drive out as far as they can, come down pit road, and get back out there and drive hard again. But I'm looking toward the back, and I'm looking at guys, Garrett Warren, somebody like Brantley Bryant, maybe somebody like Jeff Price. Some guys here in the teens haven't really talked about them because they're toward the back, but we know they're fast. What are they thinking back here? Brantley Bryant, I'm almost 100% sure he's saving fuel. He's back in 16th now. We saw he was up front leading this race for several. I mean, I checked right now on the tower. I got lap sled. You should look at it anyway. The 2 car has 30 laps led in this race. He's led a third of the race so far, almost. He's back there in 16th. So something fishy's obviously going on. And Bradley Wilson is around in the backstretch. And the caution is out. And Jeff Price involved in this one. Caution number 6. 32, 51 teammates. 32 got into the 51. 51 locked it down. Slid back up the racetrack. Gathered it up and then spun again. The 14 just nailed him. Absolutely nailed him. Oh my word. On board with the 14, Jeff Price. You can see smoke ahead. There's car stopped. Car still stopped. And he just kind of aimed for him, honestly. I mean, I get what happened. He saw the 51 start to fade down the racetrack. He assumed he was going to slide down. I get it. But it looks terrible without the context. We'll get pit stops here. Everybody going to say 4. Not sure about fuel. Car's been... Looks like... I don't know. Some drivers look loose. Some drivers look tight. Depends on which side of the racetrack you're on. So, see if anybody decides to play some fuel games. But I know everybody's taking 4 tires. We still got 27 laps to go. Should be 26 to go when we go green. And it looks like the 11 will will win the race off pit road, followed by Brad Patton, Harry Grindell, Garrett Wolfenbarger, and Casey Graves. Jonathan Delaney going to take over the lead, and before I get into this, the next thing I'm going to talk about, let's take a look on board with the 57 here through this wreck, if we can. That's not what I wanted. All right. On board with the 57. Racking up ahead. 51 up the racetrack. Ooh, yeah, that's scary. It's a good thing the 51 locked him down, because that would have been bad otherwise. All right. So with that, the 51 just getting horrible damage in that after getting pile driven by the 14. It was an accident, I want to make that clear. The 14, there's no beef between those drivers. That was just horrible luck. Our current points have been shaken up completely. Bradley Wilson was the leader until that very moment. And now Hayden Lowell running in 20th. Hey, Lowell, I don't know how much damage he was able to fix here. So Bradley's getting back out on the racetrack. His night's not over. That's good to see for him. He is one lap down. But that car is looking relatively clean. It still does not look great, but it's looking raceable. Hey, Lowell fixed some more damage here. He's up to 20th, but green flag back in the air. Jonathan Delaney with a good restart. Brad Patton, Harry Grindell battle for second. 26, loose off the nose of the 92. He saves it. That's going to check everybody up in the mid-pack. Oh, man. Swiss was having a good run there. I'm not sure what happened, but he's going to get sent to the back on that restart. Meanwhile, Harry Grindell to the top lane, and he should clear the second off of 4 right here. Contact is made. The 88's in the wall. They're getting wild. 25 laps to go here at Kansas. It's going to be a dogfight to the end of the race. Tire saving not going to matter too much. Fuel not a factor. Drive it hard. And that's definitely not something we wanted to see if we wanted this race to go green, because now these guys are going to be pushing it on the edge. Pushing these tires to the absolute limit without worrying about wear. And you're going to see a lot of people getting tight off turn 4. Most likely sliding up into another car. Grindell ripping the top lane, trying to run down the 11 of Jonathan Delaney. Casey Graves up to 3rd. Brad Patton 4th, Garrett Wolfenbarger 5th. Now Cliff Mullins battling with the 99 of Jacob Simpson. Caution is out. Big wreck on the front straightaway. 37, 88, 57 involved. All right, on board with the 37. Oh man, contact. Take a look at it from above. .57. Oh, 37 gets the wall. 57 gets to the inside and just kind of drives into the 37's bumper. And he has admitted it. He apologized to the 37. I don't think there's much controversy with this one. That 57 just kind of misjudged where he was going there. On board 57. Yeah. And that just kills the 88 of Quinn Newton. I mean, Quinn could not find luck if it was right in front of him. He was running good all night, inside the top 10, and just gets involved in something he had no part of. No fault of his own. He gets his car destroyed. So we are now 21 to go in this race, under caution. Bradley Wilson gets the lucky dog. That's huge. And with several cars probably getting a DNF right here that were ahead of him, he's going to get some free points and get back on the lead lap to, hopefully for him, get some more points. Take a look at those point standings. Hayden Lowell on pit road once again fixing damage, and with how many cautions we've had since his incident, we might be able to get that whole car fixed. There goes Bradley, getting the lucky dog back on the lead lap. We're running out of lead lap cars. We started with 38 cars, and we are down to, looks like it's going to be probably 21 on the lead lap. Not sure if the 37 and 88 can get back out on the racetrack. 88's definitely going to lap down. Cliff Mullins is still rolling, so he's back out on the racetrack. And the car that caused it all, they'll run an 8th. And that's usually how it goes in racing. And in real life, when car accidents happen, it's usually the one that's at fault that gets to walk away scot-free. Tough part of life. This race is about to get absolutely wild. The 11, special guest tonight, Jonathan Delaney, making his debut here in the Cup Series, and he is leading right now, pulling an SVG. He's going to be in control of this restart, and I'm sure the guys behind him, all of them being chase drivers, they're all going to be hungry. They all know they need this win. Here we go, pace car is off. Coming back to the green. Green flag back in the air as the inside lane bounces off each other right there. It ends up helping him. Harry Gradell left all on his own on that outside lane. .32 clears the second. Now side by side between the 70 and 01 for third. Jonathan Delaney, good run. He's out to the lead. 01, Casey Graves are ripping that fence. No clear into third. Now that Garrett Warren. Haven't talked about him much in the top 5, but he's up here and he's fighting hard. He's going to get around Grindell. Maybe, maybe not. Now they're 3 wide right there. Brantley Bryant to the inside. We saw him saving a lot of fuel on that long green flag run. Didn't work out for him. And he has been trying to fight back with that track position ever since. I've been there. You know how that is. You think a race is going to go green. You just have a little bit of hope, and it just never does. Oh, the 55! Jesse Jones up into the 24, up into the 20, and the caution is out again. Caution number 8 of the night. Ay, ay, ay. So, last time we came to Kansas here in the Cup Series, we had 10 cautions. We're at caution number 8 right now, and we still got 17 laps to go. Things aren't looking good. Alright. Let's see what happened this time. Alright, let's see. 55. to the outside. He gets the wall. 52 goes to the middle and then drives straight up into the 55. And then collects the 24 and 20 involved. Oh man, the 55 just slamming into the 52 under caution. Oh man. 8 cautions, that's rough. I mean, to be fair, we had a long, well, not very long. It was about a 35 lap green flag run, so it was decent. We had some tire wear. It was fun to watch, and our longest green flag run of the night. Now we've been mired in cautions ever since. Caution number 8 of the night in 116 laps. And I want to say a special thanks to our sponsors of the race. Forgot to mention them at the top of the show, but Casey Graves, thanks for sponsoring, and he called it fittingly the Major Chase Implications 195. And it's also brought to you by Low Drag Esports. Thank you to Michael Christopher for bringing that sponsorship as well for Low Drag Esports. Mike, unfortunately, with some bad luck tonight, got involved in an early wreck, and he's back in 33rd out of this race. Casey Graves, however, up in 3rd right now, so he's doing pretty good right now. Major Chase Implications are going his way at the moment. Don't want to jinx him. But let's take a look at our point standings. Hey, Lowell, I think he's got that car fully fixed. He only came down pit road for 26 seconds that time, so I think the 56 is at full speed. And he's up 15th. He's been fixing damage the entire race. And he's now in 15th with a clean car, ready to get some spots. And last season, this is about the time where he got involved in another wreck and lost everything. Garrett Wolfenbarger close behind in points, up in 2nd. Thank you, Hayden. I apologize if my microphone's been cutting out. Noise suppression, not doing a great job. It's noise suppressing my voice. Hopefully that's better. Move the microphone a little closer to my mouth. Once again, the 11, Jonathan Delaney, going to be in control of this restart on the inside lane. Here, Wolfenbarger to his outside. Wolfenbarger, I think he's got a little front end damage there. Let's take a look really quick before the green. Yeah, the front end of that 32's pushed in a little bit, so he's going to be a little hurt here. Not sure where that came from. But anyway. I'll wait for the restart zone. There it is. Green flag back in the air. Decent restart for the 11. Everybody behind him pretty good on the restart as well. It's going to make things interesting with 13 laps to go. Wolfenbarger closed up a lot there in 1 and 2. You got to get to the top if you want to pass somebody, and I'm sure the 11's going to arrow block to the top. 32's going to go down to the bottom, see if he can make the bottom 3 and 4 work. If he can get to the inside of that 11 and side draft him, he's going to have a shot. Not quite going to get there. Now they're side by side for 3rd. Casey Graves, Garrett Warren. Brantley Bryant, he's inside the top 5 now. Eleven of Delaney still holding that top. Casey Graves 3rd. Garrett Warren trying to stick the nose above the 01, not quite there. The 2, Brantley Bryant. $70. Brindell, I think he got the wall a little bit right there. Had to get out of the gas. Brad Patton 6th spot. Leading this race at one point. He's still got a lot of speed in that 7 car. Trying to regain track position. These restarts have raised hell on this entire running order. And to think... we were really going green at one point. I thought for sure this race was going to end in the green the way we were going. All it took was one. Oh, 3 wide, and they all wreck into each other. Oh my goodness. They're wrecking out of the infield. Now they're straight up into the outside wall. 26. Hard impact with the outside safer barrier. At 26, that motor is blown. Oh my word. 9th caution of the night. Back it up. 56 Hayden Lowell on the top. 26 down inside the 05. I think the 92... Yeah, they're 3 wide off the corner. 26, I think, just doesn't know it. Either that or he pushed tight, but either way, he squeezes the 92 and 05 into the wall, and that's all she wrote. Oh, man. This has been a long night. This is why we didn't go to Kansas last season, ladies and gentlemen. Because this place just breeds controversy and not great racecraft, that's for sure. Let's see if we can get a word with our leader here. Got him in chat. Hey, John, it's Lucas. Got me.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. Well, leading the race here with 7 laps to go. Gonna have probably a 5-lap shootout. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I got clean air. I got the lead. No other better position where you want to be other than first in this situation. So I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Hopefully we're talking to you at the end.
Thank you.
Your leader, Jonathan Delaney. Notice he was over in chat. Talk with Garrett, too. Highest running chase driver. See what he's thinking at this very moment. Hey, Garrett, it's Lucas. Got me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey, man, well, highest running chase driver right now up there in the 2nd spot. You think you got anything for that 11 car?
Man, I don't know. He's doing pretty good on these restarts, so we got some teammates behind us, so hopefully we can try to time this thing pretty good and maybe get door-to-door with him and see what we got. But still not feeling the greatest right now after I just blatantly spun my teammate on accident. That was not the plan, and I feel really bad, and he's deafened. I can't even talk to him, so right now I'm not feeling the greatest, but hopefully we could get this Chevrolet in the top 3, maybe a win here. That'd be pretty ideal.
Gotcha, man. Good luck. Hopefully we're talking to you at the end.
Yep, thank you.
So you can hear not too pleased with himself with wrecking Bradley. I don't think anybody would be if they got their teammate involved in something. So that's it's just unfortunate. Obviously, that's like he said. That's not how those two drew it up. But right now, Garrett has a chance to get one for the team. Oh. That's interesting. Anybody else in chat, can you tell me, is the audio jumping around for you? I'm hearing from in iRacing that it is, but we'll see. Anyway, pace car's off. Green flag back in the air. 5 laps to go here at Kansas. 32 with an incredible restart on the outside. Oh my goodness. And having that outside lane, if he can stay there off turn 2, he's going to be setting up really good. He's there, and he's ahead on the backstretch. One good restart, that's all it took for that 32 team. Oh, he gets, oh man, contact with the 11. Somehow they didn't wreck. I'm impressed with those two. Oh, contact 2 gets the 11 up the track. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. They're almost 4 wide right here. They are 4 wide. Now back to 3. Oh boy. Brantley Bryant. Oh, he got the apron up into the 32. Shenandoah Shine teammates contact. Side by side for second. 3 wide. As the 11 tries to retake the lead, but he lost that outside lane. Now they're 4 wide. They are definitely 4 wide, and they got to be careful. They are. They got back to 3 just in time. The 01 Casey Graves pushing the 32. 3 laps to go here at Kansas. And it is a dogfight for the lead. They're pack racing, basically. All it took was one good restart from the 32. Contact between the 11 and the 2 on the bottom right there. Oh my goodness. This is wild. Here, Wolfenbarger across the line, going to take 2 laps to go, and he's making sure he can hold that outside lane. He's blocking all the way up to the top. Wolfenbarger down the backstretch, tailed by Casey Graves. Harry Grindell, he's up in the 3rd now. Hayden Lowell, incredibly, after all the damage he had, he fixed it all race. His crew went to work for the entirety of this 130-lap race, and now he's up inside that top 5. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Garrett Wolfenbarger. Down into turn 1 for the final time, 3 wide for 3rd. Hayden Lowell, Harry Grindell, and Jonathan Delaney. Can Casey Graves make the move for the lead here? It's going to have to be a Hail Mary, but he's going to be there. He's about a 10th back from the 32. Does he send the slider? He does. The 01 down to the bottom of the racetrack. Dives it in deep. Off of turn 4. Casey Graves has the advantage. Down to the start-finish line they go. Harry Grindell to the bottom and 3 wide finish. Garrett Wolfenbarger wins by just that much, followed by Casey Graves, Harry Grindell, Brantley Bryant, and Hayden Lowell, your top 5. That was a really good finish. I was not expecting that, honestly. Those guys put on a heck of a show. And Garrett Wolfenbarger comes out on top. And unofficially, there's your chase standings as the race finishes. Bradley Wilson gets a 16th, so he gets back up to 3rd in points. Hayden Lowell retakes the points lead, and Wolfenbarger sets himself really good for next week at Homestead for our final race of the chase. That will be unofficially your points heading into next week at Homestead. But Garrett Wolfenbarger coming out on top tonight. Wow. You know, the race was a little shaky there for a little bit, but that was an awesome finish. Now, I know the 11 of Delaney, he didn't want to get involved in these guys' playoffs, so he might have, I don't know, he might have dropped back there at the end just to make sure he didn't get involved, but I doubt it. I think he just, the 32 somehow jumped the restart, and that's all it took. The 11 didn't have the top, and couldn't do much else from there, but let's get a word down on the start-finish line with our leader and winner here at Kansas. Garrett, it's Lucas. You got me?
I gotcha.
Well, man, I don't know how you did that. That restart was incredible. Walk us through your night.
You know, just really at the beginning was just trying to save my tires, and clearly it wasn't working. Just kept going farther back, hit the wall a couple times. I got like 8 or 9 seconds of optional, and it just killed my car. And I thought I were pretty much done, and then had that little green flag run, and then still, I'm really sorry to Bradley. I not haven't even been able to tell him sorry, but that's not what I was trying to do. We were just kind of going back and forth, and this guy went up a little high and dumped him pretty much. So, and then obviously after that, after this crazy crash after that, but then after that, just had to get a game plan together on a good restart, timed her perfect, and then just me and Casey just went off and said we were going to try to race it a little hard on the last lap, and I was kind of nervous coming off of 4. You know, he had a little bit of a run on my inside, and we got it together. And then I seen Harry coming on the bottom, and I was like, I don't know, and then got her done. So that was a really cool finish there at the end. Didn't think we were gonna win, but held him off and got her done.
Yeah, you definitely got her done, man. That's gonna set you up really good for next week at Homestead. How are we feeling about that championship race?
You know, how close are the points?
Right now, unofficially, it's looking like 37.09 for leader Hayden and 36.73 for you. So
Okay.
really close there coming into next week. That's a matter of 5 positions, I think, ish. So
Yeah. So definitely have to do some practice for next week and get together with some different practice groups and just get as many laps as we can and just get used to that car there and be prepared for next week and hopefully be talking to you again and maybe get us a back-to-back championship. Who knows?
yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. But for now, you got anybody you want to shout out for the win tonight?
First Casey Graves for the beautiful push there at the end. Shenandoah Shine, of course. K Designs made some new paints for tonight. Had a whole big group of paints that all matched. That was pretty cool. Mooncar, everyone in our chat, Nick, Casey, everybody. So had a blast. Davis too. Everyone else for showing up. Had a big field tonight, 38 cars, and then you for broadcasting around the league all season. It's been pretty fun, and hopefully we get it done next week.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you talking to us. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
So it's Garrett Wolfbarger taking home second. Now let's get a word with our second place finisher by 27 thousandths. Casey Graves, how we doing?
Oh, I gotta say that was probably one of the craziest races I've ever been.
Yeah, that was an up and down night for you, but you were up front, all night.
Yeah,
You had speed.
I don't think it was a down night. It was. I don't think I ever really dropped out of the top 5.
Up and down in terms of emotions, I'm sure, but yeah, you're right. You were all your lowest point was ninth. That's an incredible night.
Yeah, and I think that was that's where I started.
Yeah, so that's got you up to 5th in points, and like you said, 27 thousandths away from the win tonight. 3 wide finish with you, Garrett and Harry. Just a great night for you. I don't know what more did you need to get to Garrett there.
I don't know. We pretty much. We've been racing with each other, like pretty much teammates all season in this. We were like, well, we got to work together. We got to figure out a way to get past Jonathan on the restart, and then we had a pretty good game plan. Got to lead, and then I'm like, I'm gonna push you to 3 and 4, and then 3 and 4, it's fair game. I tried to stick the bottom. He just got a little bit better run. If he would have maybe scraped the wall, I could have got him, but I can't complain. That was a good day, good points day. We'll see what happens next week now.
Definitely can't complain, like you said, and I was impressed with how well you were able to stick the bottom. You closed up way more than I expected you to, and like you said, all what it took was a mistake from him, but unfortunately didn't. But
the bottom in 3 and 4 was really good all night, and especially if you didn't have to worry about someone getting to your outside, you could kind of just ride down there. Because that one run that I led, I'd run the top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. I was just running the shit out of it, trying to hope for a yellow, and then it came a little bit late, but still came out with a good P2 finish.
Definitely good finish for you tonight. Got anybody you want to shout out for your second place?
Oh, just everybody at True Speed, Cooper for racing with me, the Shine boys for always racing with us too. Ryan was up in the air spotting for me and Garrett there at the end in Brantley. Probably without him, I'm probably dead. I got to thank him. Of course, you for putting on the league. I can thank myself for the great name of the race tonight. Self-sponsored, and got to thank Mike for putting up some money too for this race.
Absolutely. You were not lying with the race name. That was right on the money. I think that's the biggest chase implications there ever has been.
Yeah, it's a crazy swing in points because I think, 10th coming in and I'm 5th, so
Yeah, and within 2 points of fourth. So yeah, a crazy
Yeah.
night for everybody, and it's going to be, I'm sure, crazy going into next week, where it's also the Major Chase Implications Championship race.
Yeah. I mean, just hopefully I can have another good run like I did tonight and put things together. And maybe if I don't come away with the championship, I can come away with the top charter car. Plus, we got the dashes next week too, right?
Yep, Dash for Cash, final round, finishing up in Homestead. So
Yeah.
you'll be in the fight for that one.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to it now.
All right, well, appreciate you talking to us. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.
That was Casey Graves taking home second tonight. Now let's get a word with our final podium finisher, Harry Grindell, taking home a podium tonight. And wow, you almost got there, man. How was your night overall, though?
It was tight, yeah. It was a kind of up and down night overall. Kind of botched the qualifying a little bit, just kind of came and went. And it was kind of in like the first third of the race, I realized, well, I've got the speed to be podium if I can get there. But it was just getting past all of the cars that are in the way. And that's obviously one of the things about this track being top dominant. So it all really came down to that final run. And I have no idea how the hell we survived that, to be honest with you. I just spent from the moment the green flag dropped at the end, I was just like, right, stay on the wall, keep my speed up, hope I don't die. And somehow we didn't die, and I wound up third. I saw them go side by side through 3 and 4, and I knew I was just a little bit too far back, but I thought, what the hell, I'll throw it down there, see what happens. And I'll tell you what, I got a lot closer than I thought I would. So put on a show, survived, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, really. It's kind of left me a bit speechless.
Yeah, it's you. Like you said, I did not expect you to get that close. Only 300ths between you and the leader. So that start-finish line was another 30, 40 yards. I think you would have had it. But still, really good run for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously now we can look back now, and I've looked through the replay going, okay, right, what else could I do? And what can I do next time? And obviously, you do that if I'd maybe gone down to the apron a split second earlier to, cut it shorter, or if I'd held the throttle here, whatever, maybe. But so in the car at the time, I was expecting to maybe get up to, I don't know, maybe Casey's door. I wasn't expecting to get there and got so close. So I spent the entire cooldown lap just registering what on earth had just happened and how close I just got, because I was just like, I didn't even... we took the checkered flag, and it took a second for me to reassure myself, yes, we did just take the checkered. That did just happen. It's over now. So, yeah, like I said, it's a bit surreal, kind of still processing just what happened, because it was all so intense for that final run that you just like, you've got to take a second to figure it out. But no, it was absolute insanity for the final run. Lots of fun. And yeah, got that close, put on a good show, and hopefully we'll be able to keep doing things like that going forward for the last couple of races of the season.
Yeah, going into final race next week, but tonight you gained 3 spots and points, came from 12th to 9th, so there's more for grabs next week, so you could get up there inside that top 5, I think.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth a go. Obviously, I've missed a couple of races in the chase, so I'm not going for the championship, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely chomping at the bit and clawing at the walls to get what I can. So a finish like this tonight is absolutely a huge boost. And yeah, we'll see what we could do tomorrow. See if we can't get see if we could do next week. Sorry, and see if we can't get a couple more.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, looking forward to it. But for now, you got anybody want to shout out for the 3rd place?
Yeah, so Kamikaze Motorsport, Chance to Extreme, Low-Timed Race Engines, Centered Hosting, Game Rush Expo, Soyo, Kamikaze Design House, Catgo Racing, and then to... I said this last time I was interviewed here. I don't remember if it's 712, 712, or 712Breaks, but whichever sequence of those numbers breaks is correct for obviously being the title sponsor, and then obviously yourself for putting this on and broadcasting it. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun, and was tonight certainly.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you talking to us. We'll see you next week for Homestead.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Harry Grindell, finishing 3rd tonight. Now we'll go through our results before we send out the show. Any moment now. There it is. Garrett Wolfenbarger taking home the win by just that much over Casey Graves in second and Harry Grindell in third. Brantley Bryant shortly behind in fourth. Hayden Lowell with the top 5 incredibly. Incredible rebound from that team, especially at the 2 as well. He didn't come back from damage, but he came back from deep in the field, so congrats to him as well. Brad Patton with a 6, still a strong run for that 7 team. Garrett Warren as well in 7th. Jonathan Delaney in 8th. One bad restart sent him back to 8th, so unfortunate there for the 11 team, but still a strong run in his Cup debut here in the Cup Series, but certainly not his first rodeo in this car. But a strong run for that 11. Ronnie Holmes taking home a 9th. Jacob Simpson running out our top 10. You got Wyatt McCombs with the 11th. Jeremy Scherer 12th. Cliff Mullins 13th. Cliff, he had a ton of damage, and he came back for a 13th, so good job to Cliff. Zachary Lance with 14th. Mateo Ortiz 15th. Bradley Wilson, he could not recover from that bad damage he had in that incident with his teammate, but still, 16th for Bradley. 17th is Logan Wilson. Davis Greenwell 18th. Patrick O'Keefe 19th. Excuse me. Jamel Collins 20th. Jake Vinosky 21st. DG Swiss 22nd. Jesse Jones 23rd. Quinn Newton 24th. Daniel Llewellyn 25th. Jeff Price 26th. Brian Martin 27th. Ryan File 28th. Nick Cooper 29th. Brian Jackson 30th. Dave Hoytsma 31st. Michael Christopher 32nd. Kenny Frisbee 33rd. Toll Owen 34th. Christian Delgado 35th. Ralph Hutchison 36th. Nolan Walker 37th. And Nick Leo, our final finisher, in 38th. 38 cars. Definitely wasn't expecting that tonight. My voice wasn't ready to call out all those names, but I appreciate it nonetheless. It was an awesome night. I'm glad we had a really good finish to round out that kind of controversial end of the race. So, hope you all enjoyed. I've been Lucas Hoytsma, and we'll see you next week for the championship race in Homestead, Miami.